welcome to the GromNews. Today I'm covering the end of the Ultimate Conquest, basically. I'm gonna go through the 3 final matches, and I'm gonna talk a bit about Super League as well. I can't really talk much about A and B League because I have no clue about the alliances there, except a few ones that I know, but I didn't follow it really, so I can only really talk about what happened to the S League. So then let's start with the B League. The final was fought between K150's UOS and K114's BTA. I don't really know either of the alliances, but it seems like EOS stomped the league a bit. Also not sure what they're doing in B League with the amount of power they have, but it also seems like they stocked up quite well for UC. Looks like they gained 8 billion power just for Ultimate Conquest, which is quite impressive. But yeah, congratulations for winning Ultimate Conquest. Wish you good luck next season in A League. And yeah, talking about A League, there was a bit of a upset today, I'd say, because MHL, who dominated the entire season, or really didn't really have any actual matches, as they self would say, all of the matches were rather one-sided and boring for them. But now in the final, they lost against HR, which comes as a surprise as well, because as we just saw, they already played twice in regular season against them and always won very convincingly. So I'm not exactly sure what happened that they lost this time, but I'm sure that if we manage to get, I'll try to get Bubble on the podcast so we can discuss this a bit. But yeah, congratulations to JHR. Nobody really expected this to happen, so it's quite a surprise. It was a very fun match, very close one by the looks of it. I'm not sure what was different so that MHL lost this one, but yeah, both of the alliances will move on to S League as well next season, and it's going to be interesting to see how they will perform there next year. Alright, then let's move on to S League. Here in the final, Run met EKW, and while many people expected Run to win, it was basically rather clear that they would win it, and no surprises here, they won it as well, also really convincingly. So not sure what's much left to talk. I watched the match and it wasn't that exciting. I'm not sure if EKW just rendered early or if they just, I mean, Run won most of the first captures. They played it really well, so I guess it makes sense for EKW to have surrendered it early, as there was no point in wasting speed ups and all, knowing that there's no chance they can beat Run, because Run's firepower is really insane. Gonna be interesting to see how much of this UC roster will ultimately stay in the alliance, but I expect at least a few of them to move back to their original alliances, but we'll see. It's gonna be an interesting off-season now, a lot of changes happening, also with CTL and WGP merging. Will open up a lot of players, I'd say, as well, and will create another super alliance, and it's going to be interesting to see how it all develops, because at the moment there's no other way of winning an event like the Ultimate Conquest without having these super stacked rosters. So I expect more alliances that will try to do that in the future, but we'll see. Not that many options left. Yeah, like as a summary to the entire season of Ultimate Conquest in S League or in the Super League, it mostly went as expected, I'd say. We talked a bit in previous editions of the podcast that a lot of like there were quite a few matches were surprising, especially when it was visible how insanely strong solo attacks are this season. That basically completely annihilated CTL out of the competition. Just the sheer amount of solos some alliances could throw off. But yeah, outside of that, out of the few upsets that would have happened, like I'd consider CTL losing against WTP. I would consider that an upset as well, to be honest. But outside of these upsets, it was pretty clear that Run would win it after the rosters were locked. So there's no surprise in the winner. And after the few first matches where you could see how the alliances actually performed, after that, I don't think there were that many surprises anymore. EKW smashed almost everybody except Run. Run smashed everybody, including EKW. BCL kind of struggled quite a bit. But that was to be expected, given their roster isn't nearly as stacked as Run. And it seems like the era of the BCL dominance in events has come to an end, where you could already see it happening with Siege of Winterfell in the testing season, but now it's even more clearer, I'd say. So, gonna be interesting to see if we will see a new era of dominance like we had before, where like the first, how many seasons of Conquest there were, like 5 or 6, that were all dominated entirely by BCL. It's going to be interesting to see if we will have a new kind of era of dominance now, or if it's going to be some bit more balance, maybe a bit more swapped around and more diversity in the winners of the events. But we'll see. Going to be really interesting to see. Also looking forward to Siege of Winterfell. That starts soon, I think in 2 weeks, something like that. Kind of going to be exciting, and going to be exciting to see what changes they will add to Ultimate Conquest and Alliance Conquest in general. How they're gonna try to figure out the problem that the solos are. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little update of Ultimate Conquest and in the different leagues. We will try to record a podcast tomorrow about the finals in S and A League as well. But until then, thanks for watching and see you soon.